Hello guys, and welcome to a new Wargame video today by me, Vulcan. It's been a while since I said that, but today I have for you a 3 versus 3 on Hop and Glory. It's going to be myself, Bubblebox and Valh versus Silverraptor, Haymaker and Ryan. So basically what we're going to do is we decided to play against each other with Entente and Baltic decks, which are the new coalitions that came in with the latest DLC. So you are going to be seeing a lot of the new units, and I will be following those on the field. I'll also be talking a bit about our strategy, which was very unconventional, I believe, for this map. But we'll just speed up the deployment so we can see what sort of units go down. But so far, basically what we decided was that Bubblebox would go over to the right side at Juliet. Myself and Valh would then double push Golf, with Valh also defending the centre. Now I am going to go to my perspective for this one, just so that it makes it a bit more exciting. It's not always great to know exactly what the enemy are doing or how the game's going to go based on what you can see on the map. So I am going to continue this from my perspective. Let's slow things down again so we can see what sort of units are going down. Right, so we do have a lot of the new units. We've got the Spatbob 30s. I absolutely love these things. Val's bringing those onto the field. They're the fast APCs with the auto cannons on top. Very good at shooting down enemy helicopters. They are under the support tab, I believe. And then there's some OT-64Cs here, probably with Conker's M's. And we've also got a Tatra with a recon squad there, a couple of those, and those are probably going to be defending the centre here. I am going to be sending my own CV in that direction. We also have a lot of units over here, of course, because we are going to be double pushing Golf. So that consists mostly of a couple of Savas. These things are basically Strellas on steroids. Then we have a Vihor in there. We've got a couple of Vidras. Well, I say a couple. We've got 6 Vidras. And they all come with HGM squads, which is a lot of fun. A lot of HGMs flying everywhere, that's for sure. Then we have, the Noah at the back. I believe, is this the non-radar variant? I'm not entirely sure. I think I might have had that on my deck. But over here on the right side, Bubblebox still really deciding what to do with his troops. He's decided to start with a couple of Mi-8Ps so far. So again, let's see how it goes. I believe what he was going to do was move this Gaz over to Jot and then bring in the rest of his troops from the land reinforcement point there. It's quite risky, honestly, if your CV gets hit by an enemy helicopter. But he does have a SOPO there just to make sure that that doesn't happen. I guess in some ways, if you get helicopter rushed, that's like the worst thing that can happen. But at least you'd still have the points to basically bring in constant AA from spawn just to kill off the helicopter rush. So Val's starting with an SU-7B. This is the anti-radar SU-7. Comes with one big old missile underneath, as you can see. It nicely showed it off for us. And that's going to be heading towards the enemy spawn, just to see if they can get a kill there. But a couple of SU-27PUs coming in at the start, making sure that they have air superiority at the start of this game. Not ideal for them, I don't think, because that is, nearly 250 points spent on aircraft. But my Mi-2 is moving into position over this mountain. Great place to have a recon helicopter, just because it places it so high. And then the optics can see quite a long way, and as you can see, we're already spotting these units coming down the road thanks to Bubblebox's Salamandra. So we can see Silverraptor is using the amphibious nature of these transports to get into the backside of this little town in the center here. My CV is moving into position along with Val's HGMs, and over on this left side, Valh is leading with his CV, which is not ideal, but closely followed by my Noah, so that's okay. See if this Salamandra opens up the killing. Missed its first HGM. Will it hit the second? Yes, it will. So there's first blood in the center there. Conker's M's are out on the field now. Will provide a very strong presence in Fedor for any APCs that decide to try and push across. my Tatra is getting into position. I was a bit risky with this, maybe moved it a bit too far forwards. The Bushmaster cannons from those XA-185 KTs could definitely snipe out that Tatra truck and kill my recon squad, but so far so good. My Noah's positioned now behind the Gregory point, and this is indeed the radar version. Okay, so it's only 90 points, that thing. I was relatively confident that I could deal with the radar toggling, but my Mi-25 S24 coming in now because I didn't really see any AA coming with these XAs, and that's going to allow us to put some hurt onto this T-72 M1 already. The Vidra's opening up as well, but the Ito 96 is going to shoot down my helicopter there. Vidra's continuing the engagement. The T-72 has gone down. A second one in the forest with the T-55M following up, the recon variant. But you can see all my Vidras that we have, or that I have, and then Val's Vidras as well, not leaving much room for Silverraptor to maneuver. Ito 90 going down there, 2 Ito 96s under threat, one of them already got destroyed. It only takes one of these Malyutka missiles to hit it and they go down. There goes another tank, and we are making a serious push into the far side of Gregory. Silverraptor in complete disarray as we do continue this push. So this is quite uncommon for two players to be pushing into Gregory, which is probably why they got caught off guard. I've still got my Savas back here. Bit risky, honestly. Should have kept them rolling forwards with the rest of my troops. I haven't actually unloaded any of my infantry yet, just because I'm going to keep rolling towards center, considering we just killed so much of their forces. Over on this right side, Haymakers bringing down the pain onto Bubblebox. Bubblebox having not the best time on this right side at the moment. Really needs to defend that deployment sector. Otherwise what will happen is they can bring in reinforcements from Jot if they get a CV in there, and that will be horrible for us. But we're going to do the same to them at center, hopefully, leading with 2 recon tanks, followed up by a Valh. That T-72 M1 mod going to be taken down my Valh shortly, although it has left it on 1 health, which may allow me to get that out of there, but nope. That's going to go down, but now the Vidra's in range. Will they score HGM hits? No, they won't, because the T-72 was nicely reversed into the town. Now a Ka-50 Akula moving up on the left side. Really, really good job with this from Ryan. He's going to start chewing up our APCs with those SAL missiles. It's going to leave my faggots out in the field to continue their attack onto enemy APCs and tanks. But thankfully, Val's got his Sava on the case, and that will force the Akula back for now. But we still have managed to get a presence in this forest, which is very, very important. We are smoking this right side here just to stop any HGMs hitting us in the flank. Val did that with his lovely pram that's sitting back here. And now more tanks being led into center, but we have managed to get a BRDM-2U into center, which basically means that they can't reinforce from this sector anymore. So my Sava coming into play now to try and take out this Mi-8 KT, and considering that has 60% accuracy, it did just miss almost 3 missiles in a row, which is not ideal. But as you can see, our fire support is still massive with all these Vidras approaching, and any infantry on the edge of these towns is being hit incredibly hard. I'm pushing up now with the Pez. These guys have a wonderful MG3 and a submachine gun. Pretty standard 10-point infantry, honestly. Now Avia 28 coming in. That's going to do a lot of damage to us. Seriously harm our APCs. So that autocannon support going to be going down. We also have the T-72 on the left here, still sniping at the Vidras in the field. Just trying to get the last hits with the HGMs, but obviously the cannon from the tank so much quicker. And that didn't really end very well for us. But thankfully, Val's got the smoke again to allow my infantry to move up and start to put a presence into the far side of this sector. The Avia 28 coming in again. The Sava this time gonna hit one missile. The second did not hit, or the first didn't hit, but that bomb did wipe out a lot of our infantry. So not too good so far. We've definitely overextended into this center sector, and if we don't make this work out, it could be absolutely devastating for us. So we really do need to make sure that this works out for us. Val's going to be pushing in his infantry to the far side as well now from the forest. He's got a little bit of cover there to stop this infantry from firing down upon him. I do still have these Vidras in support, and I'm also moving up my Specjalny Jednotki to make sure that I have enough infantry to take this town. And if we do manage to, then what's going to happen is we will take control of center. As you can see, the bombs coming in from those MiGs, thermobaric napalm, is going to wipe out that command infantry squad and allow us to now reinforce from center. That's what we were waiting for, that's what we needed. And now Silverraptor is going to be attacking us from the other side with his XA-185 KTs. But this was a little bit late in my opinion. He could have done this a lot sooner and seriously put the pain onto the backside of our attack. But now what we can do is just reinforce from the far side of center. Bubblebox has basically cleaned up at Jot with Haymaker overextending towards Jot. It did allow Bubblebox to just completely destroy him with his reinforcements coming in from Jot, but because we double pushed on this side, we had enough resources to make it work, which is why we've managed to get away with it. And having our foothold in center is going to give us a massive flanking advantage. However, Silverraptor's attack from this side did work out in some ways, in the sense that his XA-185 KTs did just kill Val's BRDM that was capturing the center sector. Fortunately, we did get some reinforcements in before that went down, so we are going to manage to hold on to the town for now. A lot of air presence still going on from Ryan here with these Su-27 PUs is stopping us from using a lot of aircraft at the moment, but I do have an Mi-17 already on the way to center. I believe this was originally intended for Gregory, or at least I did have that command infantry in Gregory, and I picked it up in the Mi-17 again and brought it to center because this point is just so much more important at the moment. And another Avia 28 coming in, that's going to get hit by a rocket, but it is going to blow up one of our infantry squads. Looks like they did lose a T-72 over here to our Valh. So far so good. A lot of action. My L-19's coming out wide. Unfortunately, it just gets hit by the first two missiles from the Su-27 PUs. I'm really hoping for a second hit there because that would have been a double kill. Both of those Su-27 PUs, because they were so close together, got taken down to 1 health by the Noah. That's now out of ammunition. I'm going to have to try and deal with that. One of my Vidras getting sniped here from HGMs in this town. Really nice placement for HGMs. That's why you want to control this town. I probably didn't actually see that happening while I was playing because I was so much more focused up here. But getting HGMs into this town for the red side is just so important, just to control the center of the map here. It really does often stop the blue side attacking towards center. Fortunately, we did it quick enough, and Valh had the smoke down when we did that attack, which was really nice. Anyway, bringing in more Vidras with faggot squads. Now these faggots, I wouldn't recommend bringing them in. They only have 40% accuracy and 16 AP power on those HGMs. Not very good. But I was trying them out in this game with the Vidras. The Vidras do have their own 26 AP power Malyutka. And there we go. A Su-27 is going to go down there, since we did reinforce with a lot of anti-air. We really want to stop ourselves being bombed out all the time. Second Vidra going down on this side to a T-72, and it looks like we're going to be started to be hit in the center as well. So basically, I've used up a lot of my Vidras now. I've honestly just used them so much just to try and kill off a lot of their heavier armor, because that 26 AP power hits very, very hard. But honestly, they aren't extremely cost effective when you are losing them so much. I've got them with obviously the 10-point faggot squad, so that's like 35 points if you lose the faggot squad and the Vidra. If the Vidras die with the faggot squads in them, the faggot squads always die. That's just how it is. Anyway, we're trying to do a lot of damage to this T-72M1 mod. We did hit it then with a couple of missiles. One of my Vidras is going to go down to the tank support from the right side forest. So just a continued engagement here. The Akula coming up to try and get a snipe onto some of our tanks. We've got a Super Galeb. That's going to come in from Valh and take out the BMPT that was sitting under recon, so we could see it. That would have been probably my M84AN there. I've got another one in the town now, just sort of keeping it there so it can't be hit by the Akula. And now the Akula goes down to Valh's Sava, so that's really good. I've now brought in a second Newa, and I now have an L15, which is a MiG with cluster and standard bombs to try and take out some of these tanks. So that's what I'm going to try and do now with those aircraft. They are very, very efficient in the sense that they're so fast that often the enemy won't have a chance to really react, but a lot of the airplanes going down on this side at the moment, MiG-29 913S from Bubblebox coming in and taking down an SU-22 there. MiG-29 912A is going to get shot down by an L-19 of Valh at the backside. That was not evac'd in time, so the enemy losing out on 3 planes in that engagement on the right side. Bubblebox doing a great job holding this on his own against Haymaker. So we still control Fedor, thanks to Valh and his Conquerors M's. It would be nicer if these recon squads were on the edge of the town, so we could actually use that recon more effectively to see if we're being attacked. But now we've got planes coming in on our left side at center. MiG-25 BM to begin. I believe it did take out my Newa, because I turned it on for the IL-102, but that still went down anyway. We shot down the Avia-28 as well. The bombs were successful in that they did blow up my command infantry squad, but we just took down 2 of their planes, which are worth an awful lot. So now Su-7Bs coming in from Haymaker. These are anti-radar aircraft. They are going to be shooting at Bubblebox's Cubs, and because they came in so close together, they all fired at the same target, I believe, which was unfortunate for Haymaker, because it means that he probably lost out on getting more kills than that. If he just sort of split them slightly, then as they fired one after the other, they would have targeted different things, or he could have targeted them manually. But now we have a small push coming in from Silverraptor, trying to get these XA-180 Musties over the river. The Kartin Yakari going to be trying to make a run for the bridge, but honestly, that push is futile. As soon as they come under fire from my M84s with the 4 HE power, those things die extremely quickly. Got another Mi-17 coming up with a infantry squad to allow us to capture center again, and this Galeb is going to try and go for the T-72. Another Avia-28 going down there as well. Did score a hit onto one Vidra, I believe, and did do some damage to the Vihor, which survives on 1 health. So yeah, pretty good job there. Looks like, is that the Super Galeb went down? Bit unfortunate there. But Bubblebox now making some progress. He's using these Arakoistra Yakari to try and find out what he's up against in Elena, and maybe he can make a push off that. He's got a big presence of radar AA here to cover his advance, and another IL-102 coming in is going to get shot down. Did bomb this forest, didn't particularly do too much damage, I don't believe. Mi-17 is going to reveal the T-72M1 mod and do a lot of damage to the Proletari that are trying to push across the open from Haymaker. Got another Mi-17 here now attacking the BVP M80As. Going to be retreating my Vidras so they don't get caught out by those ATGMs. So far so good. We're at a +1 lead, 227 points to the enemy's 1. L15M coming in again. No AA still, so going to get away with that bombing strike. Just trying to take out any T-72s that are sitting in that tree line. L19 coming in late from Haymaker, although it is just in time to try and intercept my L15M coming in at the edge of the map. The exceptional air detection on this L19 is going to allow it to see that L15M. Going to try and evac it before the L19 can do anything. My NOAA missing its missiles though, unfortunately. The last one is going to miss as well, and it gets out unscathed after 4 missiles were fired from that anti-air. Going to now send the FAT back to try and resupply that. Going to have to bring in another one. So that's basically what I'm aiming for now. Now we've got a flanking attack from Ryan. 8 BTR-70 Zalos coming in. They are going to be hitting directly into our reinforcement point, which is quite scary, honestly. And we now have the air presence from Ryan with the Su-27PUs covering that advance. But we do have a strong amount of tanks that we can bring in. So Val's got a couple of these Vihors. Val's also got a Vidra there, and you can see that they literally just one-pop these Zalos. The Zalos really just do not have enough armor. 2 front armor, you know. This M84 I brought in to respond to this has 16 AP power and can literally just one-shot those things. So yeah, a bit unfortunate. A nice idea because they are amphibious, but since we can just reinforce to defend that, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, SU-7B is coming in, probably to try and take out my NOAA, but it doesn't have any ammunition, so that's not going to be fired upon. And the rest of our AA in this sector is mainly just Savas, I believe, although it looks like the majority of those are dead at the moment. I noticed AK from Valh. He's going to try and use that to take down some of these Su-7Bs, but an L19 there as well. Going to try and finish off the job. I've got an M84 moving forwards towards this T-72M1 mod. And I'm going to try and take that on. Taking it down to 2 health. Just want to make sure we can finish that off. L15 is going to be coming in this time, taken down by 2 radar missiles. Super Gleb going to finish the job. Is it going to go down? Yes, it is. To those radar missiles. So now they have some strong anti-air, which is going to stop us from attacking their positions in these 2 tree lines. Which basically means that we're not going to be able to push into Boris anytime soon. But they're putting so many resources into defending this and maybe not attacking Fedor, where our defenses are incredibly weak. At the moment, for them now, it's very hard for them to keep pushing, because basically we can just reinforce straight into that. And they did just lose an L19 there, I believe. Su-25K going down as well to my L19. So they lost a couple of really good aircraft in that attack. The Su-25Ks didn't particularly achieve much, honestly, and one of them got shot down, so that wasn't very good at all. Now a J-35F coming in, that's going to napalm the road. Brought in a NOAA. It hit one of its shots, the second one missed since the enemy evac'd, and just as I brought that in, now it got killed by the Su-7Bs. Bit of unfortunate timing there, because I was obviously, I wanted it on to shoot to that other aircraft, but looks like the Su-7Bs got the jump on me on that time. So now an L15M coming in again. Going to try and hit these BMPs that were crossing the river here with the Pansari Yukari, and well, the BMP's not lasting very long anyway, thanks to Val's Vihor, and the Yukari are obviously going to be wrecked as well. I'm also bringing in Spatbovs now, just because en masse they can really do some serious damage to close attack aircraft. Getting those stuns off, which is really, really useful. But basically now, with the point in Eleanor taken over by Bubblebox, Haymaker's been having a terrible time. Bubblebox has done a great job of pushing into Eleanor from Jot and now controlling that. We're at a +3 lead since we do control center entirely. That's giving us a +2 because usually the red side would control it, and then at Elena we're getting the extra 1 from that, so that's absolutely fantastic. And now some artillery coming in to Dimitri. Looks like Bubblebox was trying to get a CV snipe in there just to hurry the game up, because this +3 lead does mean that we are incredibly close to finishing this one off. Constantly bringing in reinforcements now to center. Decided to bring in some Senka, which are going to sit at the edge of this forest and provide some recon there. I've also got this BOV 86 as well with another Senka squad. I think I was going to bring that over to the right side here, just so that I could continue to see what is attacking us from these forests. A couple of Val's infantry squads had made some progress towards Boris, but we weren't particularly concerned about attacking because Bubblebox was doing so well on this right side that it was giving us this +3 lead. We didn't really need to waste any forces trying to get across this bridge and cause like a beachhead. Here you can see the Spat Bov coming into effect, going to stun the J35F. Did a lot of damage, took it down to less than half health, and that's going to end up flying back over the Spat Bov, which does shoot it down. And you can see just how efficient those auto cannons can be. If I had a couple there, that probably would have gone down first pass. A couple of T-72s coming in to clean up the infantry that Val sent across the river, but it looks like it's victory for us, as after 22 minutes and 55 seconds we did reach the limit of 500 conquest points, and we win the game against Silverraptor, Haymaker and Ryan. So really fun game. Trying out a lot of the new units. I basically spammed Vidras throughout that game and the M84s as well, and the recon tanks, and Val using the Valhs a lot to make a difference. Interesting air engagements going on as well between the L19s. I brought in the L15Ms. The enemy were using obviously Ruskies with the Su-27PUs and the Su-25Ks and so on, but they weren't particularly being effective because we had the reinforcement point right where we wanted it from our initial push, and that's basically what won us this game. Didn't finish with a positive kill-death ratio myself. Probably could have done better to micro my radar, but Val really MVP of that game. Bringing up the 2,835 kills and 1,670 losses. The use of that smoke and also his tanks really sealed the deal in center, which was great and allowed us to finish off the game. So yeah, fantastic game. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. You can see my recon tank here got a lot of kills, and that's basically the majority of the points that I picked up. Then now we're picking up an L19 and an IL-102, really nice kills there for that. And yeah, and also an L19 shooting down the Su-25K. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to be doing a couple more Wargame videos soon, so look out for those. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.